Hello again, Cornelius Fichtner from pmprepcast.com here. In this lesson, we're tackling two massive topics, leadership and team management. So yeah, both leadership and team management are huge, and we could easily spend an entire week diving into just those intricacies. For our purposes right now, we'll keep it high level, focusing on fundamental concepts as they relate to project management, looking at these four high-level topics here. So we start out with project leadership, definitions, synergy, principles is what we're going to be talking about. Then we'll switch over to emotional intelligence, both in project leadership and in project management. Then we'll take a look at the special situation of having virtual teams and how you lead and manage those. And yeah, then unfortunately, there is going to be a boring bit where we have to talk about meetings. Sorry about that. To get us started, here are definitions for leadership and team management. McKinsey defines leadership as a set of behaviors used to help people align their collective direction, to execute strategic plans, and to continually renew an organization. And on the other side, Wikipedia says that team management is the ability of an individual or an organization to administer and coordinate a group of individuals to perform a task. And you can immediately feel the difference between the two, can't you? When we talk about leadership on the left, we're discussing the behaviors and actions that unite individuals, aligning them in a shared direction to execute plans and bring continual growth to an organization. It's about inspiration, strategic direction, and fostering a culture of renewal, if you like. So this is the why and the what. On the other hand, team management zeroes in more on the practical aspects of coordinating a group of individuals toward a specific task. It focuses on the how. It's about setting clear objectives, maintaining open communication, evaluating performance, and promoting effective teamwork. And there is quite a bit of synergy between the two, especially in the areas of how leadership and team management link up, the contextual application and relevance, and the impact on outcomes. So, first up, the leadership team management link. As we have just seen, leadership is about setting the direction, providing the why and the what. It defines the path that we're taking. On the other hand, team management deals with coordinating the how, making sure everyone knows their role and is working effectively towards the goal. When both are in sync, there is a synergy that increases overall team effectiveness. Just like a well-conducted orchestra, where each musician plays their part under the guidance of a conductor, leading to a harmonious performance. And what is this contextual relevance? Meaning, how do these concepts apply in project management? Well, leadership is about driving the vision and strategy. It is our compass guiding us towards our destination. Team management, meanwhile, is like our vehicle, ensuring coordination and effective execution of tasks, keeping us moving forward, if you like. The key here is to understand that while leadership sets the destination, team management helps us navigate the journey. And then third here, the impacts of effective leadership and effective team management on project outcomes are really profound. They directly influence project completion success rates. A well-led and well-managed team is more likely to finish a project on time. Moreover, they affect team satisfaction and the overall quality of the work. When people feel part of a well-led, efficiently managed team, they're more likely to be engaged, satisfied, and produce quality work. And that means effective leadership and team management aren't just nice to have, they're essential for project success. As a leader, your team will look to you, just like these people here on the photo are right now looking at you for direction. I have selected 3 core leadership principles that will help you in guiding your team. First, vision and strategy. This one is foundational because one of the cornerstones of effective leadership is setting a clear, compelling vision and strategy. By defining clear goals, we give our team a target to aim for, but that's only half the battle. It's also about aligning the team with this vision, making sure everyone understands and is on board with where we're going and why. And then second, effective leadership also hinges on open, clear, and transparent communication. As a leader, it's essential to maintain an open dialogue, sharing information freely. Transparency is also key as it helps to build trust, mitigate misunderstandings, and ensure that everyone is on the same page. And then lastly, but no less important, is the principle of empowerment and delegation. A good leader builds trust within their team and empowers them to take responsibilities. Effective delegation isn't about offloading tasks, but rather assigning meaningful work that helps each team member grow and contribute to the team's overall success. From these principles, we are moving on to emotional intelligence, which is defined as the ability to manage both your own emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. In the realm of project leadership, emotional intelligence, or EQ, is crucial. It drives effective decision-making, it fosters stronger team relationships, and it enhances communication, all of which are key to successfully managing and delivering projects. So, if emotional intelligence is this particular ability to perceive, interpret, and use emotions to communicate with and relate to others effectively, what does this look like for a project leader? Here are 4 areas where it is important. It plays a vital role in effective leadership. It directly impacts decision-making, helping leaders make balanced, thoughtful choices. Moreover, EQ enhances relationships with the team, fostering a more positive and productive work environment. At the same time, it is also integral to self-leadership, with elements like self-awareness and self-regulation playing a key role. Self-awareness is all about understanding your own emotions and their effect on your actions, while self-regulation involves controlling those emotional reactions. By mastering these, a leader can effectively manage their own emotions, setting a positive example for the team. Furthermore, emotional intelligence is pivotal for effective communication. Understanding and managing emotions can help avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. It promotes open and productive discussions, ensuring that everyone feels heard and understood. And that means, as leaders with high EQ, it is more likely for us to have clear, constructive communication with our teams. And finally, in the context of team leadership, emotional intelligence is invaluable. A leader with high EQ can empathize with team members, understanding their motivations and concerns. This not only enhances team cohesion, but also makes conflict resolution easier, as the leader can understand different perspectives and find a fair solution. On the previous slide, we looked at EQ in project leadership, and this slide here is about EQ in project management. Let me flip back and forth quickly here. So here we go, previous slide, EQ in project leadership with 4 areas. And then you can see here now we're looking at EQ in project management. I have handpicked 6 areas for you where EQ helps us on the more administrative side of actually managing the project. And the first one is task prioritization, where high EQ helps us in understanding team members' workloads and stress levels, leading to more empathetic and realistic task prioritization. Then, EQ allows me to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the team, and so I can be optimizing resource allocations based on individual capabilities. By understanding team dynamics and individual work patterns through EQ, as a project manager, I can create more effective and hopefully harmonious schedules. Budget management here is next, where EQ can help in negotiating budget constraints with stakeholders, understanding their concerns, and finding mutually beneficial solutions. But there's also quality control and an understanding of team morale and motivation through EQ can ensure high quality of work and adherence to standards. And finally, risk assessment, where EQ can help me better understand the perspective of my key stakeholders on risk, leading to more accurate and inclusive risk assessments. To summarize, emotional intelligence, or EQ, serves as the backbone of both project leadership and project management. Its importance can't be overstated. It improves team collaboration, conflict resolution, stakeholder relationships, and critical administrative tasks, all contributing to the overall success and efficiency of any project. But what additional leadership and team management challenges are we facing if our team is not co-located, but is instead virtual, meaning that we are all working from various locations around the globe, which seems to be the norm these days? For this, I once again have handpicked a total of 6 challenges for you. First, here are 3 leadership challenges, as well as their corresponding strategies on how you can respond to them. First, we have trust building as a challenge here on the left, paired with virtual team building as a response strategy on the right. So, building trust in a virtual setting, that can be difficult due to limited face-to-face interaction. Virtual team building activities like online games or shared online experiences can foster trust, camaraderie, and strengthen interpersonal relationships. Let me give you a real-life example here, because in my company, we have dedicated our Friday team meeting as what we call our virtual water cooler. And during that meeting, we chat about anything and everything, but not business. Some weeks it's just 20 minutes long, but we've gone as long as 90 minutes just chatting away. Second, work-life balance combined with encouraging downtime. When we're working from home, it's often challenging to maintain a work-life balance because the boundaries between work and private, they just blur. Encouraging regular downtime, along with clear expectations about work hours, can help ensure a healthier work-life balance and prevent burnout and also maintain productivity. And the final leadership challenge I have selected is the obvious one: time zone differences versus schedule flexibility. The time zone differences can make coordination in virtual team complex, as it might be challenging to find overlapping work hours. However, adopting flexible schedules where possible allows team members to work during their productive hours, making collaboration smoother. And to round this out, here are 3 virtual team management challenges with their corresponding strategies. And we begin with remote onboarding versus a virtual onboarding program. Yes, obviously, Onboarding new team members remotely, it just lacks the personal touch of a traditional face-to-face welcome with a handshake. And to combat this, a comprehensive virtual onboarding program can ensure that new hires feel welcome, informed, and aligned with the team's mission and working style. And one thing that we do here at my company is to simply send flowers. So on your first day with us, your doorbell will ring and a bouquet of flowers is delivered. Second, lack of nonverbal cues versus regular video calls. In virtual communication, the lack of nonverbal cues, that can lead to misunderstandings and subtle nuances that are just simply lost. To address this, regular video calls can be encouraged. This provides a richer context and helps to capture nonverbal cues, enhancing understanding. And then finally, digital distractions versus dedicated workspace. And not just digital distractions, because working in a home environment can introduce numerous distractions. Social media, household chores, things like that. Encouraging the creation of a dedicated workspace can help team members mentally separate work from personal life, reducing distractions and increasing productivity. Obviously, there are many more leadership and management challenges for virtual teams than the 6 that I have mentioned here. But with just these here, you can see that for every challenge, there is a corresponding strategy that can actually turn this into a strength. And now we are stepping away from the broad strokes of leadership challenges and pivot to a more granular but critical aspect of project management, the humble meeting. It's like your morning cup of coffee or tea. It can either jumpstart your day with a boost of productivity or leave you fussing in confusion. But seriously, as much as we all hate meetings to a lesser or greater degree, there is no denying that we need them. It is probably the #1 tool that we have to master. We need them to align objectives. Meetings are critical platforms where team members align on project objectives. For example, at the start of a new project, a kickoff meeting helps ensure everyone understands the project's goals and their role in achieving them. And we need them for brainstorming ideas. Getting together to develop creative ideas is another essential function of meetings in project management. During a product development phase, for instance, team meetings can be used to gather innovative ideas, discuss them, and decide which ones to implement. And we need them for the decision-making process where they are crucial. They provide an opportunity for project members to share their perspectives on various issues like choosing between alternative approaches to a problem, which helps in making informed decisions. And last but not least, we need meetings for progress updates, where they serve as a platform to inform our stakeholders on where we are at. Regularly scheduled meetings, weekly team sync-ups, for example, ensure that all stakeholders remain in the loop about the project status, along with any shifts in the timeline or scope. It's a moment to spotlight accomplishments as well, milestones reached, and maintain momentum by keeping everyone aligned with the project's forward trajectory. But it is also crucial to know when to call for a meeting and when to send an email or start an online discussion thread. Consider this. You are on the verge of a significant decision that affects multiple aspects of your project. Now, this isn't the time to hide behind an email. This is where you want to get everyone around the virtual table, if you must, discuss the options, weigh the pros and cons, and arrive at a consensus. In situations like these here, where there's a need for instant feedback, a meeting is your best bet. But Say you've been crunching some numbers and you've identified an opportunity for cost savings in the project budget. This is a great win, but it doesn't necessarily require immediate attention from the whole team. Instead of pulling everyone into a meeting, an email or a discussion thread in Slack or Microsoft Teams with the relevant stakeholders is probably a more effective and efficient way to communicate this potential change. Team members can then absorb your information at their own pace and provide thoughtful responses as needed. Remember, the key to choosing between a meeting and an email often boils down to emotional intelligence and respect for people's time and attention, a factor that greatly influences the effectiveness of project management. And in order to be a better project manager, may I suggest this approach here? By plan for meeting success, I'm encouraging you to shift your approach from merely evaluating the success of a meeting after the fact to intentionally designing them for success from the very start. This means a little more planning and working up front, but it brings vastly different results and better meetings too. Here is what I call my effective meeting framework. It's straightforward and simple. First, define clear objectives. Before the meeting, set clear and measurable goals that you aim to achieve by the end of the meeting. These could be decisions to be made, ideas to be brainstormed, or tasks to be delegated. Then, during the meeting, assess the level of participation. Are people contributing to the discussion and are actively engaged? Or is there a lot of multitasking happening? High engagement usually indicates a successful meeting. After the meeting, revisit the objectives that you set at the beginning. Were they all achieved? If not, what obstacles prevented this? This can provide valuable insights into how future meetings can be improved. Then collect feedback. This is totally optional. If it was a big and important and formal meeting, you can opt to send out a short anonymous survey to all attendees asking for their feedback on the meeting. Questions could include whether they felt the meeting was necessary, if they thought it was well structured, or how it could be improved. Then follow up actions. That is one crucial aspect of meeting success, often overlooked, and that is the progress made on follow-up actions that were decided upon during the meeting. Assess the progress on these actions before the next meeting. If they are completed effectively, it indicates that your meetings are successful in driving actions. And then finally, analyze and adjust. Yes, you want to analyze the feedback and outcomes to identify trends and areas for improvement. Use this information to make adjustments to future meetings, creating a cycle of continuous improvement. Yeah, that's my EMF for you, but I have one final thing to say about meetings. And that's that you may want to use metrics because measurement is a key aspect of success. By tracking specific metrics during our meetings, we can quantify performance and shed light on areas for improvement and ultimately pave the way for more effective and efficient interactions. Remember, you can't manage what you don't measure. So using some of these metrics here will allow you to assess your meeting effectiveness objectively, data-driven, helping you turn insights into actions. Just use those that make most sense for you, for your project, and measure them to understand and improve your meeting success. And with that, we have come to our 4 big takeaways. First, in our discussion on leadership principles, we explored the importance of vision, strategy, communication, and trust in leading teams effectively. Remember, leadership isn't just about being in charge. It's about aligning a group of individuals towards a common goal and enabling them to achieve it. Second, we delved into the concept of emotional intelligence and how it permeates every aspect of project leadership and project management, from decision making to conflict resolution. As you navigate your career, consider how enhancing your emotional intelligence can transform your ability to manage tasks and build effective teams. Next, virtual teams have become an integral part of our work life. We explored the challenges and strategies of leading and managing virtual teams, emphasizing trust building, managing time zone differences, and balancing work-life aspects. As we move forward in this increasingly globalized and digital work environment, these skills will be invaluable. Yeah, and then we got to the boring bit, meetings. We discussed the importance of meetings and that they are not just necessary evils of organizational life. Used well, meetings foster alignment, encourage creativity, and facilitate decision making. I gave you my effective meeting framework and how it can transform your meetings from time drains to productivity sessions. And if my framework doesn't work for you, then use success metrics that allow you to measure the effectiveness of meetings and, by extension, your leadership and team management. Metrics can be your tools to ensure continuous improvement and effectiveness in your leadership role. Yeah, thank you very much for allowing me to lead you through this lesson. Until next time.